We're entering the second week of Nebraska spring practice, and there is one positional group for the Huskers that is outshining the rest. The wide receiver room is looking elite. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you all of the nuggets that I've heard about this group, who's balling out. We're going to roll over every single wide receiver, how they've been doing, the studs, the duds, and so much more. Big time spring practice update talking about the wide receivers. But before we get into it, please hit that like button. It really helps me out. And also, if you're a diehard Nebraska fan, and you support what I'm doing here, daily Husker football content, spring practice updates just like this. It takes 2 seconds. Please hit that subscribe button. Once again, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. You will be thanking yourself that you did. But without further ado, let's get into it, going over this jam-packed Nebraska spring ball update, talking about one positional group alone, the position group that has been balling out above everybody else, the wide receivers. We need to have some tough conversation about this receiver room. It might be one of the best in the country. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but we've heard just that many good nuggets about them dominating the DBs, that they're always open. A lot of these guys lower in the depth chart are playing really well. So let's just start things off with the guy who, in my opinion, from everything I've heard, is playing the best in the wide receiver room. Now, I'll give you a second to think of who this might be. Maybe a transfer, maybe a current player. I'll give you a second. Who do you think it's going to be? The player who's played the best for Nebraska so far at the wide receiver room in spring practice, don't even overthink it. Mr. Barney has been putting on a show over the first week and a half for the Big Red. One thing that I've been impressed with Barney for what I've been hearing, his contested catch ability. We really did not see that for the Huskers in his true freshman year. He had a couple big contested catches against some good DBs for the Huskers. We saw that. The social media posted a couple. There were a couple that were not posted, but Barney, the one thing that I would take away from him so far, the hands look so improved. He's so slithery fast. He always gets open, but he can go up and get jump balls now. Again, he's not short. We act like he's purely a shifty slot receiver. Like, he's 6 foot tall. He can go up and get jump balls if needed. Really been impressed with what I've been hearing from Barney. He's breaking out. He already broke out, but he's going from a good player to potentially an elite player. He's going to be a guy who we're going to talk about nationally after this year as a potential first-round pick going into his junior campaign next season. So, Barney, man, really good stuff. What we've been hearing from him, he's been balling out above the rest. I'm telling you, we got a lot of transfers here, but Barney is probably the best receiver in this room. Okay, don't buy all the stock of the transfers. All of them are playing good. Don't get me wrong. We'll get into them. Barney is the one you want to buy all the stock of, though, because he is that guy, and he's a future All-American, future first-round NFL draft pick. So, Barney, let's get into Dane Key, who in my opinion has probably played the second best so far. Again, Dane Key, nothing he does is incredibly impressive, right? Blows you away, and it doesn't need to, because that's the expectation. The expectation for him is to be that guy, and he's already done that. Really phenomenal route running. He's already established that. Per some people that he has the best route running on the team. It isn't particularly close. Obviously, great size. He's working on that contested catch ability. He knows that was probably one of his weak points. Although he's 6'3", we didn't really see that much at Kentucky, him going up a good jump ball. So we're going to see that a lot more this year. Again, him getting separation too. He wants to continue to develop his route running, develop his speed, develop his just elusiveness. So really been hearing some good stuff about Dane Key. Feel great about him. No worries whatsoever. And Isaiah Hunter has had a really strong spring practice so far. This is a guy that I was a little bit concerned about just because of the way the coaching staff was talking about him. In winter conditioning, they would hype up Jacory. They'd hype up Dane. They'd hype up Hartley. But they really wouldn't hype up Isaiah Hunter. But he's had a really good start to spring practice. Right now, probably going to start along with those other two that we just talked about, but feel good about Isaiah Hunter. Again, just the ability to play all over the field, wide receiver X, Z, slot. You can put them all over. Positional flexibility, good speed, good route running, good run for the catch. Really like Isaiah Hunter's game and what he's done so far. Let's talk about Hartley Gilmore, because this is somebody that the media had a lot to talk about when they saw him last Thursday. Hartley Gilmore just looks the part. He put on a lot of weight when he got to Nebraska. He's not some skinny 17-year-old anymore. He looks big. But again, the way he just conducts himself, and I already told you guys this in winter ball, he is coming here to start. And he plays like he's angry. He plays to dominate every single rep. The coaching staff loves that. It's incredible watching him play. And I don't know if Hartley Gilmore starts. He's not starting right now for the Huskers. But the way he conducts himself, the confidence that he has in himself, the ability to go up and get those jump balls despite being 6'1", the raw freak speed and quickness, making plays after the catch. He has the ability to return punts as well. Love what I'm hearing from Harley Gilmore so far. But again, it's all about him continuing to stack these days. Okay, stack it up. Because we heard stuff about, Xavier Betts. Xavier Betts had a really good week, and then the next week he fell off a cliff, and it was like, oh, he really struggled. And then Xavier Betts, obviously what happened. So Harley Gilmore, I'm just focused on stacking these up. Continue to be consistent, ball out, and we might have a conversation about him starting as the weeks progress. Isaiah Mozee, we talked about him in Sunday's video. In my opinion, he's played the best out of all the true freshman wide receivers. Not a shocker to me, maybe a shocker to some of you. Again, just the ability to have that run for catch. He can play in the backfield too. He can return punts. He's so shifty. He's the fastest true freshman receiver on the squad. So love Isaiah Mozee, what he's done. Not new news there, but Isaiah Mozee might start as I shouldn't say start, but might play as a true freshman. So put that in your back pocket. But once again, about him stacking up those days. Cortez Mills really has come along over the past couple days. Didn't hear too much about him when they practiced on Monday. Earlier in the week, he had an okay practice when the media was there on Thursday. But last Saturday, really probably had his best practice so far. Again, Cortez Mills, I'm just kind of focused on his route running right now. Like, the contested catch ability is already one of the best in the team. We've heard that. We've already heard that he can go up and get those jump balls. We know that. The speed isn't great. So that's kind of a question mark there, and obviously the speed's not going to get better. I'm just focused on his route running, because if you can become an elite route runner, you're going to be a good receiver no matter what. Can he continue to be a good route runner, run all 9 routes on the route tree at a high level? We'll see. But here are some good things about Cortez Mills. He had his best practice last Saturday. Two of the guys I want to talk about, Quinn Clark, man. Quinn Clark came along as well on Saturday, had a slow start, did not play well on Thursday when the media saw him, but again, from a physicality standpoint, 6'5", dude, it's going to be interesting to see what his role is. Like, the thing about Quinn Clark is that he's very stiff. He's athletic. Don't get me wrong. He's not fast. I mean, he just isn't. I don't know where I would put him on this team. I don't know where I'd put. He's not a wide receiver X, but you don't want to put him in the slot, obviously. I just think Quinn Clark's future might be at tight end. But again, once again, a guy who had a really good practice on Saturday. The media team posted about him playing well. And then one last guy, Demetrius Bell, I want to talk about. Demetrius Bell is out due to injury. I know I got some questions about that, but I did see Demetrius Bell walking around at the pro day for the Huskers. He looked pretty good. There was no brace on his knee, which of course he blew out his knee last year during the spring game. So I would not be shocked if maybe Demetrius Bell comes back. I don't know. I don't think the staff wants to rush him, but just know this about Demetrius Bell. He will be 100% ready to go in the summer. So he'll be training outside of campus, and then he'll be ready to go for fall. So love Demetrius Bell. Still buying stock here. Hopefully he sticks around, does not enter when the portal opens. I don't think he will. So feeling good about Demetrius Bell. Other than that, that has pretty much been it. Hearing some good things about Jaden Doss. We talked about him on Sunday. Jackson Carpenter, true rushing receivers, out. So those are pretty much the guys that come to my mind, things we've heard. Receiver room. It's looking really good. But here, the last thing I want to end you on, okay, I want you to think about this. Every single year we hype up the Nebraska wide receiver core. We say, oh, it's so good on paper. We brought in so many transfers, and it never lives up to that. So although we're hyping up the receiver core now, I just wouldn't say buy all the stock in the world, because we know what we've seen over the past couple of years, that the receiver room almost never lives up to expectations. I'm worried about it. I feel good about these Nuggets, but at the exact same time, I got to see to believe some of it. I feel good about Nebraska being a top 30 wide receiver core in the country, but I got to see it to believe us being top 20, top 10, top 5. But feeling really good about the receiver core and DeKal Shorts. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts down below, talking specifically about the receiver core. Who are you excited to see when we play against Cincinnati in, what is it, about 6 months? Hold on. Nah, it's not 6 months. It's about 5 months. 5 months when we play Cincinnati. Who do you want to see in this receiver core? Let me know your thoughts down below. Hey, if you made this far in the video, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe. As always, folks, go on by Rhule. See you in the next one.